Yeah. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Mike. Got my man Duck
Quack.
over there.
What's
Got
up?
my man G down there.
What's going on, fellas?
He snorted the. I got my man G down there. Just he ain't say what's up. Duck Quack, you snorted. We're gonna start calling you PIG.
Yeah.
Shut up.
You are. You need like an allergy pill or something, bro? I'm worried about you.
Nah, I'm good.
Y'all can call me Badu on tonight's episode.
I know. I see you out here.
Listen, man. Listen, bro. So here's my I'm spoiled when I wash my hair. Right? First of all, I pay somebody to do it for me.
I can't be mad at whatever you're gonna say because the way I take my baths. Go on. I can't be mad at this.
I pay somebody to do it for me, first of all. And what happens is my hair soaks in a tub with oils and like lavender and all kinds of stuff, so my shit don't stink. All right. But I haven't gone in a while, so I tried to wash my shit myself. You know what it's like when you got a wet towel that don't dry all the way, just sitting in the corner or something?
Oh,
that
God.
Like you open it up and it's like, what the fuck is that mildewy smell, right?
That's not a good look.
Yeah. So I told my wife, I was like, yo, I need you to put some oils and stuff in my hair, like on my scalp and everything. She opened the joint up. She's like, whoo. I was like, okay, all right. My bad. I'm sorry. My apologies. Alex ain't been around, So today I was in the shower probably since like 6:30.
Wow.
That's how long I was in the shower. I wanted to get in the tub and fill like the tub with stuff, but I didn't want it all over me. I don't like the oils and stuff on my skin. I just wanted it in my hair. So I didn't do that. I got in the shower and just let the water just run and run and run. I was in the shower for bad long.
Have you ever tried bath bombs in the bath when you take your bath?
My kids use them.
Bro, yeah, they changed they changed the texture of the water. Like it feels real good on your skin. Like it's amazing.
Yeah, they got a whole bunch of different kinds that you could use, But
Yeah,
what's been going on with y'all, man?
Say what?
I said, what's been going on with y'all? How y'all been?
Good. No complaints.
I'm good.
I'm surprised G is on with us right now because if I'm not mistaken, aren't KD and LeBron facing off right now?
That's at 10. No, right now it's Philly and Milwaukee. They play at 10:30.
You watching that one? You ain't staying up for that.
So
I'm staying up probably till halftime, and I'll watch the highlights on YouTube.
That's interesting, man. That's very, very interesting, man.
I'm gonna have to go to double screen.
So let's get this going.
I've been in a better mood lately. This week, like it was a slight shift. I won't go into detail, but I've just been in a good mood. And then the detail I will go into just chance, right? Like just series of things where y'all know I believe everything happens for a reason. My baby had a doctor's appointment yesterday. I remembered like 10 minutes before I left that, let me just see if my barber is still around. Got a haircut. And after that,
oh my God. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I went to my sub shop. After that, talking to Mike and his wife on the way to the sub shop, Mike was like, yo, come out to the bowling alley. And I was on the fence. Went anyway, ran into some friends from high school. One of them, I go all the way back to like first grade with this dude.
Dang.
So we got to catch up. Y'all know I'm looking for a job. And he's, we got openings, customer service right now. But my field in particular, they're about to create a whole new department for my field in the next few months. So he was like, yo, get your foot in the door with customer service, and then you'll be in the door when it comes. What's up, baby girl? You found your pad? But yeah, I've been in a good mood all week, and then last night was just icing on the cake for how good a mood I've been in.
Let me just tell y'all about like dots connecting sometimes when you don't even realize that they're there. One, her having a doctor's appointment on that day, right? Like just a random.
Before you get into this, I've been over all this since last night and again today. Me and my dad talked several times about it. Like it's crazy. The number of what you think of as coincidences, or you know what, this is convenient. Just
right, and this is just from my perspective. I don't know how deep into it he went to, but the random fact that she had a doctor's appointment on that day at that time. Two, the fact that our barber is here. Our barber moved to North Carolina. So he's not here regularly.
He's back and forth all the and that was just chance. I thought he was down there permanently. I didn't know he was coming. I was like, let me just schedule the appointment. If he confirms it, he's in town. If he doesn't, okay, he's not. He happened to confirm it within like 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, cool. I'm getting a cut.
So then he's on the phone with my wife, and you know, I'm about to get some food. Y'all want anything, whatever. But then I was like, yo, come to bowling. I've never invited anybody to come and watch me bowl. I don't think that's entertaining for people. You know what I mean? Like, it's just people in there. But I was like, you in town, swing through. Oh, I don't know. And I challenged him on it. That's the other thing, too. He gave me this Uncle Ramon type answer. I don't remember what exactly he said, but
I'm leaning towards it, but we'll see, or I'll let you know.
Something my uncle would say. And I was like, I know what that
means. But I'm undecided. I'm leaning towards it, but I'm still undecided.
Right. I was like, yo, just say no. Like, I know what that means. It's cool. Don't worry about it. I'm not saying that's what pushed him over the edge. Cause then he was like, I don't even know where it is, blah, blah, blah. Like, he just started throwing the excuses out. Like, you sound like G now.
That was, yo, I've literally never noticed that bowling alley before last night. As many times as I've driven past that spot, I've literally never noticed that bowling alley before last night. I knew it was, I knew it was there. Like, I've known of Morrisville lanes.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a couple places that I've driven past and thought to myself, blacks aren't allowed there, and I always thought that for that bowling alley until I went. I still have two other places I feel like it's on no blacks are allowed in that spot.
It's funny you say that because the friend that I got to reconnect with last night, like that, he was my white boy in high school. Like that, the white dude that I was closest with in high school. Like, from elementary school all the way through, like by far, like nobody else is even close.
That's funny. But yeah, so, and then the fact that kid was in the same league that I'm in, forget the bowling alley that I go to. There's different leagues, all times, different days of the week.
I've happened to be in bowling alleys and seen him bowling in other leagues. And him and his wife, they just told me they live right next to Slocum's. So like you could very easily be in a league that's happening that night. You know what I mean?
Significantly closer. Like my league is in a different state from where these people live and where Doug went to school. Now it's not that it's super far away, but it's the fact that there's 3 more closer to them than where they were. It's just like it's pretty funny to me. So it's just a lot of dots connecting. And like I said, sometimes things just happen for a reason, man. Like that's pretty cool. All right.
And I'll say, let me add this real quick. My takeaway was, even if it doesn't actually lead to a job, I got to reconnect with somebody I haven't spoken to in over 10 years. Like, haven't seen or spoken. Hey, you can't think like that. Haven't seen or spoken to in over 10 years. Like, if nothing else, like reconnect with a good friend. Like, and we already talking about hanging out at some point. I talked to him today about I got to retailor my resume to look like something resembling customer service if I'm going to try to get my foot in the door. So. We'll see.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, I think it's all dope. I love when that kind of shit happens, man. So I'm happy for you. Let's get into some topics, though. I know G looked like he about to fall asleep over there. I'm sorry we're keeping you awake, G. But I am happy to see you.
On for that. I'm looking forward to that. So
what you got on the docket for us? We want to start with this list thing that other podcasts have been talking about.
Let's go ahead and jump into it with that list.
I was gonna say let's start with some. I mean, that is lighthearted too. So, but wait, no, we'll do the list first. And I'll ask the follow up.
All right. So I believe I have the image here. G sent this picture to the group chat, and it's basically a list of places that women are saying they will not go on a first date. So I got questions about this list already. All right. So
share screen share the list.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna post it in here with us. Some of the places on this list I agree with as a first date, but I think they should be eligible spots for dates later. So we'll break this thing down real quick. Let me.
I had the same thought, Mike. I had the same thought. Some of these I get it, not a first date, but Like once y'all are into it, like yes, you can go some of these places later.
Can I move the media? I can't move the screen share. I want to move us around the thing.
I feel like you've done it before.
It's all right. I'll sit like this, and we can see it, right? And then
Yeah.
I don't have to be the one that talks though. Like somebody else could talk, so it's okay. Do you have the list in front of you, G, so you can read it better? If
I
not,
can see it that way.
if not, I'll just go full screen on my end, and I can read it just fine.
Yeah, I can.
So,
I've seen it, so you can go ahead. I'm just gonna go into the group chat and look at it that way.
so
If you wanna go full screen.
what's the matter? Here, come lay down. Come lay down. Lay down.
It's too smoky, right?
Lay down. Good boy. All right. Here's a list of places women absolutely refuse to go on a first date. And then he says, thank you to the ladies who reached out to help me put the list together. Number 1, Cheesecake Factory. Number 2, Applebee's. Number 3, Chili's. Number 4, Chipotle. Number 5, Olive Garden. Number 6, the movies. Number 7, Your House. Number 8, any fast food chain. Number 9, Buffalo Wild Wings. Number 10, Wingstop. Number 11, Red Lobster. Number 12, a buffet. 13 was IHOP. 14 is Denny's. 15 is the gym. 16, church. 17, Starbucks. 18, coffee dates. 19, ice cream dates. 20, family functions. 21, movie night, meaning like Netflix, Hulu, like, you know, Netflix and chill. 22, somewhere that requires a long drive. 23, bowling. 24, a nightclub. 25, a hookah bar. 26, a bar for just drinks. 27, Waffle House. And 28, a sporting event.
It's funny because I took my wife for our first date to a Sixers game. That was our first date.
Oh, you started out with the bar high.
I think the well, I don't know how much I call the most extravagant. I was big on escape rooms as a first date for a while. Like I went through a phase where that was like, let me just wow her and let her know. But the problem was always the follow up. I was always trying to do something more chill after that. It's like when you open with the escape room, it's like now they're expecting that or better. So,
well, that you were safe. That didn't make the list. So my question to you is, Duck, what do you have any first dates on this list that you have done?
That I've done? Yeah, I feel like everybody's done Cheesecake Factory on a first date. Like
I've never.
There's certain restaurants with cheesecake. When I was in school, Applebee's, that was the place. Like when you're tight on money, there's certain places you just go. Applebee's was a given.
Movies was my thing. Movies, either something to eat before the movies or something to eat after the movies. But movies and food was my go-to.
When I was in high school, the movies was my jam. Yep.
How many first dates did you have in high school? They're talking about first, not dates, first dates.
No, I understand.
Yeah, I put that. Yeah, that was my go-to. Movies, something to eat.
I went on a lot of first dates in high school. Some of them got second, some of them not so much. But it's like there's also like a good amount of first dates that they don't show up on the list. There's this one chick that we were just feeling each other. We literally just went to the park and talked and played board games and like
those don't apply to this list.
I understand. I just said that they're not on the list, so I'm safe with some of mine. That's what I was saying.
So, which one of your first dates make the list? Cheesecake Factory,
Applebee's, movies. I think in a bar for drinks, you go literally just for drinks. I've done that too. Everything else, I'm not taking nobody to church. The gym, you interrupting my workout. I'm not trying to talk to you. You're not coming to my house as our first. I didn't consider it a date though. I don't think I've ever considered my house a date. Like just
exactly that. See, that one is
like
a question because
like let's be clear.
Technically, my wife and I first hung out together alone at her house. It wasn't a date though. and our first date was a fast
Was
food restaurant,
Popeyes.
wasn't it?
Was Popeyes.
G putting it out there. He told me what's Popeyes. No, that's when we told G we were talking to each other, wasn't it?
No, y'all told me when I was drunk on the way to what's the name? Not Halloween. Yeah, Halloween party when they lived out in West Windsor.
Oh,
Josh knew.
so we were going out, but it wasn't an official date. So what was our first date? Because I know I took you to a family function pretty early too at Aunt Sandy's. That was like a game night type of thing.
Yeah, it was game night.
But that wasn't early because other people had met you.
Because that's when we told him.
That's when we told him. He just said we told him on the way to Josh's house. He was talking about Heightstown.
Yeah, I do because your mom ended up watching Derek, and I ended up bringing sis over to your house, and then you drove us to what's the name's house? Josh's
You talking
house.
about in Robbinsville, or you talking about in Plainsboro, the apartment?
Plainsboro. I
Oh,
said
so you
West
right.
Windsor. I'm at Plainsboro.
It was a family function. It was the game night over there. I thought he was talking about Robbinsville when Josh and them lived up there.
Nah.
Were y'all together when they were still living in Robbinsville? Y'all got together that early? I feel like Robbinsville was forever. Nah, you're right. I was in college.
That's where Sean met Devin. I mean, well, Sean introduced us to Devin.
Yeah, we was
in
drunk.
Robbinsville.
He was like, "Oh, she black."
I wasn't there when he introduced y'all there. I met Devin at y'all's place on Green Street when y'all were downstairs.
Well, that's the first time me and Mike met Devin.
That was my first time ever meeting Devin.
Okay, so G, do you have any other places on this list that was the
I
first?
definitely have movies, fast food, and yeah, like I said, I've been to the sport. Like I said, I took my wife to a Sixers game as our first date. So
so much for that list. Maybe y'all would be married if y'all went to some of these places on first date.
see, and also I want to get into it. First of all, a first date is a vibe check. It's a test of see what kind of character you are as a person. It's to see if we're compatible, likes, dislikes, if we really like each other like that. A first date is basically an interview. You do not spend hundreds of dollars on someone.
Hold on, Duck. Let him finish. Let him finish, Duck.
All right.
You do not spend hundreds of dollars for someone you just met. And God forbid you're one of these individuals that are frequent on these dating apps. You're not going to take a girl out 3 times a week to an expensive dinner. You're going to take her to an ice cream date. You might take her bowling. You might take her to a coffee house. You're trying to get the vibe check before you figure out if she's worth taking to that next level of date.
All right. So here's my question then. My question is this. What do y'all count as a first date? Because now I know that sounds stupid.
That's also a very gray area.
Well, because I've gone out with girls for the first time, like out, we planned, but it was a group event. It wasn't a one-on-one date. So she would get some of her girls, I get some of my boys, and we would go bowling. And we on the lanes just kicking it, feeling each other's friends out and everything. You know what I mean?
It's up for interpretation. It depends on the person. Some people are like, no, I don't count that. We were all out with friends. And some people might be like, look, that's the first time we hung out together, regardless of who was or wasn't around. Yeah. So it really comes down to the individual.
I actually did number 16 on the list.
Bro, why?
I wasn't old enough to drive.
Well, wait, I will say before you even get into church, it's somewhat acceptable. Like if it's an event, like they're putting on a play, there's something like that going on.
Let me tell you about how bad this was. So I had my first job ever. I was 16 or 17 years old, and the girls, we had done the group thing a couple of times. We went to the movies and we went bowling as a group. Like her parents dropped her off. My mom dropped me and my boys off, or one of my boys drove. No, my boy drove. He was old enough to drive. And so her parents was like, you can't go out with him by yourself yet. Can't go out with him by yourself yet. Can't go out with him by yourself yet. So then she asked me what I was doing on a certain night. And I was like, well, my coworker's been inviting me to go to his church in Trenton on Broad Street. She was like, I want to come. I was like, are you sure?
Herself, that's different. That's different.
I mean, but it was technically our first date without a group. And he didn't tell me this, but the church was all in Spanish. So we sitting in the front of the church where the interpreter is. And they telling us everything that's going on. And then the interpreter starts doing this to us, like, stand up. I'm like, no, whoa, why? And they wanted us to say something. So we had to like tell them where we were from if we went to another church. You know how they do in churches. Like, you know, let them know what church you go to and all that stuff. So it was interesting, but that was technically our first date without our group of friends.
I'll say as long as the two individuals together and y'all decided to, it could be whatever you want, really. You can be her inviting you over, you inviting her over. It's subjective.
Now, I agree with what you were saying earlier about a date being a feel out process. I don't know if I would go to the movies on the first solo date, because then you don't get to know each other. You quiet.
That's why I always did like dinner before or dinner after, you know, and plus I kind of knew them a little. This was just the first time I'm actually, you know, trying to take it to another level. So
me and my wife, the first time we hung out alone was definitely at her house. I was working Papa John's, and she was like, come over. I was like, I don't get done delivery. I had 2 jobs. I want y'all to be clear here. I'm a hustler. All right. It was my second job. And she was like, come over. And I was like, I'm not going to get done till after 1. She was like, I'll be up. It's like, okay. So I went over thinking I was just going to hang out for an hour or 2 and then leave. She was like, no, you can stay. It's like, nah, I'm all right. Bro, I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep at all the whole time because she had a baby dad just coming by when he wanted and shit. Like, nah, I don't play those games. I'm sitting there waiting for somebody to come around the corner. y'all know I'm a paranoid person or a cautious person. I know people who got stuck up that way going to a girl's house, and you know what I mean? Like, it was a set. Nah, I'm sorry. I was
going to say though, I agree with the G's take too. That it's a get to know you, and that's why I cut back on the escape room. But I will say with the escape rooms, it was usually women that I already knew fairly well. You know what I mean? Like we had a history before that, and we were just now trying. Yeah.
Right. And that's the other thing is like, how well do you know these people when it's finally time to go on a date, right?
There was only one that I took to an escape room that I didn't know as well, but we had a good connection.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like an icebreaker. You know, you working on communication skills, so that's kind of cool.
An escape room is dangerous. I'm gonna tell you right now. Listen,
if it's a tough one, you look like an idiot.
Well, not just you, so does she, and that's what I was about to say, right? Like, not for nothing. I'm sitting here and you ain't getting none of the clues. You ain't helping us at all. I'm sitting here like this bitch a bird. Like I can't. Ooh, the baby kid. This girl is a bird. Like I can't do this. There's no way I'm gonna sit here and just do this the whole time. So, now I disagree with a hookah lounge. I think that's the vibe. Like a lounge, something with music in the background. We can smoke. We can have a couple of drinks and chill. I think that's a vibe. I understand.
What was it, nightclub? I wouldn't do a nightclub. It's loud.
It's too loud.
I never do a nightclub. Nah, I would never do it.
Now, in a group setting, I've done that before. I've done a nightclub. I've actually, never mind. Yeah, I've done that before. What I was gonna say was I picked up people at a club, but that's not your date though. That's like the first time y'all met. That's different. But I have met up with people at clubs, not particularly for me, but like, you know, me and my boys were interested in girls from the same group, so we would, all right, 3 of your friends, 3 of my friends, we would go to a club and stuff like that. I've never done a date at a fast food chain other than with my wife. Never. And I don't even like Popeyes. I just did it so she was happy.
Even in my brokest moments, we're not going to fast food. Have y'all seen? Wait, is there more to go on this particular?
No. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it down, but I am going to ask more questions about it.
Have y'all seen that the fellas made a response to this about the type of women that you shouldn't date? They made a list for that.
I saw it briefly.
Where is it? Tell me where to find it.
Bro, Google. I don't know what to tell you to fuck, because I saw it on a YouTube video.
It might be in my group chat.
I just Googled.
But it was like single moms.
Yeah, girls not to avoid. It was like tattoos.
Oh my God. 33 types of girls you should never fall for and why you should avoid dating them. Is that the one?
Sounds familiar. Let me. Oh, is it a black dude in the background? No, it's
This is
Michael B.
this is the
Jordan in the background, right?
this is the article on
No,
love.
hey, I'm gonna send you this one in the group chat with us right now, so you can pull it up.
All right, yeah, cool. I'll pull that up and so when that comes over to my laptop, when the text comes through, I'll pull it up and then we'll do it. We'll discuss it. All right. So while we on the first date topic, tell me about your worst first date ever.
Honestly, I don't think I really had one. I've had like, all right, this one girl I was talking to, I had to like force conversation out of her. But when we were in person, we were good. I throw her the conversation ball, she throw it back, we laughing, we joking. But as soon as we're not in person, it's like, how was your day? Fine. Okay, what are you up to? Watching TV. Like, it was no like conversation. But first dates, nothing really that I can think of.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that really sticks out. The only time that I can think as far as like a worst first date is like, because I'm the type that I'll pay for everything. I'm not looking to split.
Yeah, like
whatever.
Yeah,
It's
like if I invite you out, I'm paying.
I'm spending more than I expected. Like that was that's probably the only time that I can think like, yo, money is tight and you want crab legs. And it's like she told me ahead of time and I still decided, yo, let me go on this date. But
nah, yo, I've had dates where like shorty hit me up, hey, let's go out, let's go do something. I'm like, look, my money ain't like that. It's like, yo, you come pick me up, I'll pay for it. I'm like, bet.
That sounds like a win. That don't sound like a bad first date.
No, I'm not. I was kind of picking back on when he was saying like money not being where you want it to be.
No particulars. It was just about money.
No, I never had like someone overspending or anything like that. Like if I'm taking you out, that means my money is good to cover whatever you decide to get or whatever I decide to get. And now there's times where I flat out said, look, my money is tight. I don't got it like that. She didn't have a car or whatever. Hey, I was one of the few around the time, teenagers that had a car. She was like, hey, come pick me up. I'll pay for everything. I'm like, bet.
I was gonna say, I've always been able to cover the bill. It's just that like, yo, it's more than I was planning to spend. That's that's what it is for me when it's more than I'm planning to spend.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll discuss this list and I'll tell y'all about some of my worst first dates. And needless to say, there was not a second. All right. So this says here, 1, single mothers. Sorry. Oh, my wife was a single mother and it's my wife now. So, all right, fellas, get out of that. A woman with a lot of tattoos.
That one might have worked out. Single mother one. Okay. That's what you saying?
It says woman with a lot of tattoos.
Right.
Woman.
And this is like, let me say something with that. Like for that one, for me, like just don't have the mat. Like I don't want a chick with an arm sleeve. Like I can take you with tattoos if they're like the small ones, like it's on your wrist or something. You know what I mean? Like the tiny ones, like the ones that you can cover up reasonably. But like you got an arm sleeve, you got the massive chest tat. You know what I mean? Like some of those are ridiculous.
No, I mean if it's a nice piece of art and it's on like your arm, I've seen some women with some nice sleeves, but don't cover up the chest. That's prime real estate right there that you messing up.
Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. I changed my mind. All right. Women who dress provocatively, sex workers like OnlyFans girls, or it says prawn stars, but I don't know if
I think they mean porn.
Instagram models or bottle girls, women with large social media following. See, this sounds like this was put together by a bunch of insecure dudes. I ain't gonna hold you. Women with purple hair.
It's really like, my thing. Like if it's not a natural hair color, I'm not interested.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if it's not something that can naturally be your hair color, it just
I'm kind of like, man.
Y'all.
But
No,
you
it's a
got
couple of stuff
purple
that
hair,
you ran off so far that I'm like, yeah, no, I wouldn't even bother.
purple
The
blue.
women's social media following, I'm like,
You
in
look
my
like
mind, she likes attention. That's just my thought. She likes attention. Pass.
Wow. You okay? All right. I'll keep going. I'm gonna come back to that because I'm gonna poke all kind of holes in that right there. But that's fine.
That's my preference. How you gonna poke holes in my preference?
I'm gonna tell. I'll do it in a little bit. Hold on. Give me a minute. Women with promiscuous friends. Women who travel alone regularly. Women that drink a lot. Women without fathers. These guys don't know what they're talking about.
Oh my God.
Women who party every weekend. Women who were previously married. Plus size, but they put in parentheses unhealthy women. Women on dating apps and divorcees, which goes back to women who were married. Like what?
Right.
Do they not know that divorcees and they're the same? All right, no.
That's like
This
a
this
bunch
list
of
was put
normal.
together by idiots.
Right. Wasn't a great response.
Nah, it wasn't. But
So, gee, the women with big social media followings, like I've seen them before. Like in real life, they're quiet. They're like shells of who they appear to be on social media. Like they might be pretty, but they're super shy. They're not like
I'm
like
not. I'm not saying no, but I would be a little apprehensive depending on their, I guess, personality. If they're laid back, I mean, yeah, everybody got a little social media, presence, like how they are versus in real life. If they're, like attention seeking, like if we sit down and she's like, hey, can you take a picture? I want to, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, like that kind of thing.
y'all got some weird rules, bro.
I can't wait to hear yours.
My what?
Anything. Like
No,
do you agree with anything on it? Like, is there anything that you agree with on this list? Like, yeah, no, I wouldn't date that kind of woman.
Women that drink a lot, which goes back to I was gonna say like one of my worst dates ever. Shorty was just like, first of all, I'm about to say this. This is a general thing. I don't hold everybody to it, but women who drink Henny, like straight, they scare me. This
That's wild. That's wild. I was about to say
yeah,
real quick.
I'm with you on that.
I want to go back to the first because I just remembered, but I was on vacation, so I don't know if it counts. I did go to a nightclub with a chick for the first time when I was in Ibiza. So, but that was the one we told the story on the old pod when her friend like OD'd on something and just ruined the night for everybody. So they had to leave so she could take care of her friend, and we both left disappointed, me and my boy. So
women without fathers, that's a terrible one. They the ones that looking for somebody to confide in. They'll be loyal to the soil. That is not a good one. That is not a good one. Women who party every weekend. I have had some bad experiences with people who just want to go out all the time. Like, I'm okay with wanting to do something, but like, I want to go out. I want to go where people are. Like that got annoying to me quick. I think I got an old soul though. I'm not like all the noise and rambunctiousness of being out in large crowds. Like I'm not that kind of guy. You want to do like a house party? You want to do like something like that? I'm cool with that. I'm cool with being around people. I don't like big crowds in general.
Yeah.
Like that's me. So
that's why I love the Crazy 8 Days, man. It was our people, couple of people you didn't know if they came from friends of a friends, but for the most part everybody knew everybody. It was a safe spot. You didn't have to worry about nothing popping off other than somebody spilling something on the drink and Sasha getting mad. We had to clean that up real quick. We right back to it. So definitely miss those days.
Yeah, but the girls who drink a lot, that shit is a turn off.
Yeah,
it's a turn off. Like one, I don't like when the girl I'm with, even if she don't drink a lot, but she don't know how to control herself when she get drunk. Licking faces and stuff. Like I do that like out of fun. Like I'll stick my tongue on my wife's nose, like, got you, aha. But don't like my whole face. Like, what are you doing, Scooby? Like, stop it. Who got the first touchdown for the Bills? Anybody know?
I don't know, but I know they scored first with a field goal. That's all I know. I was watching it on my tablet, and
I
now we're
thought I
just
heard them say.
tablet, so.
I thought I heard them say Stephon Diggs, but they didn't look like they didn't change it to show a touchdown. So I was like, maybe it was just a catch. But the guy said Stephon Diggs takes it in. So I was like, oh, maybe he did, but they hadn't updated the score, and I was like, that's taking too long if it was a touchdown.
I picked up Murray in the league thinking he would get some goal line carries, and he did get one, but he didn't get in. So, and then they changed the court. I don't know. So, all right, it's cool. What else? Anything on this list I agree with? Sex workers, OnlyFans. I think that's for people who are. I think that's for men who are insecure. They don't think they sleep. They can't fuck good, so they'll sit there and be like, "Oh no, I don't want to be with somebody who's been with a lot of people." Like you go in there and handle your business. You ain't got to worry about that. Women who travel alone regularly. That's a very interesting one. Like she might be an axe murderer. So I might agree with that. Like, why are you always by yourself?
No, it just says travel.
You ain't got no friends or nothing.
Because in my mind, I'm like, yo, she getting flown out to see somebody to get piped down. That's my thought.
That was my thought. You travel in the hoe, so.
Yeah, but so what if she a hoe? Like, you can still turn a hoe into a housewife.
I get it. I'm just saying. I think that was the train of thought here, right? The same one where, like what you were just saying, like the same thing with promiscuous friends. The thought is, if her friends are promiscuous, she's the same way. I think that's what these dudes think.
I told you that was one of my fears. I even put it on my Facebook status. I said, yo, if y'all ever see me out with a girl and she a hoe, please pull me to the side and let me know, because I might not know. Like,
but why would all right. Hold on.
Wait.
Let's get to it.
Let me respond to it first, because I'm specifically responding to the friends with promiscuous girl, because I had an ex who my boy was a notorious cheater. Like this dude, he didn't care. He's cheated on every chick he's ever been with. And I would tell my ex about it when we were together, and she was like, well, your friend groups are the same. So if he's cheating, I got to worry about you cheating too. I was like, no, I've never cheated in my life. But that is a train of thought for people that is normal. You hang out with people that are like you.
Agreed. Birds of a feather.
That's not true though. Because one of my male best friends is the biggest whore I've ever met in my life. He used to be. He got married. Not you. It's not G. It's not. Although, well, never mind. But he, but my boy was like bad back in his day, like real bad. Like, bro, like I'm talking like MySpace days, like he AOL days. Like he was. Oh, you gonna buy me some Timbs? All right, I'm on my way. And like just pipe her down. Somebody he never met before. Like, yo, bro, like you gotta chill. But I'm not wired that way. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe in the whole birds of a feather type of thing. Like sometimes you just got childhood friends and y'all lead different types of lives, but y'all still socialize together. That's okay. Yeah. That's okay. But let me ask y'all a question. And I want y'all to be completely honest. Don't try to front for the camera. Don't try to act cool. Do y'all ask your women about a body count? And would that deter you? Their answer. So it's a two-part. One, do you ask about it? And two, would it deter you from making her wifey? Like committing?
I stopped asking that question around my early 20s because when I heard the answer, I got my feelings hurt. And I was like, from this moment on, I'm never asking that question again, and I never have. But if I thought it was higher than what, you know how we kind of, especially men, they're like, all right, she got maybe a couple, and then you find out what the actual number is, you just like, had I known in the beginning, this relationship might be a little bit different.
Okay. So you used to ask, I mean, you marry now, but you stop asking early on, and the number would deter you. So those are your two answers.
Yes. Like if your count is your age.
But that's not a lot. You wouldn't sleep with a girl you wouldn't sleep with a girl who's 35 with 30 partners?
Oh, sleep, yes. Wife.
It's a big difference. So I've never asked. I can honestly say I've never asked. But I have had chicks like they haven't even told me outright, but they've like hinted. And what I've had a girl that literally told me, "Oh, I was a thought. I was a little thought when I was younger," and it was like, "You're eliminated. We can keep fucking, but I'm not gonna do anything with you seriously."
And leads back to what I was telling you about my status. If you see me out with a hoe, Mike, we grew up in the hood. I don't know about Doug, can't speak for him. He was, kind of close to it. Everybody knew of the one or a couple of chicks. You don't know if it was true or not, but you heard stuff about them. Now imagine you dating that girl. Let's say you move somewhere else and you start dating somebody. She's that girl that everybody in the hood know, but you don't know. You would feel some kind of way if you found out, hey bro, I just wanted to let you know that she been with everybody.
I honestly, it would not bother me. I know that sounds like a cop out, but the reason I say it wouldn't bother me is because it don't change what I'm trying to do. Like if I like her enough and she likes me, like hey, it comes down to are we going to be true to each other?
You mature answer having mofo. You sucker for love.
It's not a mature thing. All right, so one of my first real relationships, she volunteered the number because she was like, I like you and I don't want you to find out something about me later. And she told me the number. And it was twice, maybe 3 times what mine was. And I was like, cool, teach me some shit. Like, let's have some fun, But, and then when we finally slept together, I was like, oh no, this ain't what it's for. Like, I'm sorry. Nah, I'm over it. Like, I don't know what these other dudes are doing, but this, I don't know how. Like, this ain't. This ain't it. So I don't know. Like again, those kind of numbers never. That kind of thing never bothered me. So, what other red flags are there for y'all when it comes to looking for a long-term relationship?
I guess like mindset when it comes, just an overall mindset.
Hey Betty, what up? Oh, they said Josh Allen ran it in. Thanks, Matt.
The mindset really just. I'm picky as it is. I'm just looking for a great personality. I'm looking for a great personality, a sense of humor, loyalty. Those are the basics, and then we'll go from there.
Are you
red flags?
I'm trying to think of something off the rip, or if I heard it or I've heard it before.
That's his preference. He didn't say those were red flags. He said those were his preferences.
No, but wasn't your question red flags?
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to think.
Where's your wife? Can she hear me?
No, she can't hear
you. See, G is funny. He's being very choosy with his choice of words.
No. I'm being honest.
Don't cut me off. Don't cut me off. Where he would put his thing and who he would get into a relationship with are very, very different.
Very. True of all of us. I think that's true of all of us.
Really?
Yeah. I'm 35. So let's say I'm single. I'm currently 35. I'm out here. I'm talking. Let's say I'm on the 4th date, and the conversation comes up, and she asks me how many of my partners I've been with. I tell her, and I ask her with hers, and she's like, okay. Well, I'm 35. I've been with 32 guys. I'm like, this is where this date stops. I might not say it out loud, but in my head, I'm like, all right. Yeah, I took her out of one box and put her into the next.
I got a simple question. So it's 4 dates. So you clearly feeling the girl. Why?
You just said. I just said it.
All right. So check this out. Now I'm gonna give you a scenario. She didn't lose her virginity until she was 18 years old. Okay.
That's even worse.
Wait, no, it's not. Hear me out. That's 17 years later. That is less than 2 partners a year. That's a lot to you?
I'm going by the numbers. 32 for 35.
That's less than 2 partners a year. And that's with her losing her virginity as an adult. That's not saying, oh, I've been fucking since I was 12. That's 18 years old. you got to include college. You got to include like when women are finding themselves sexually and all that stuff. You got to include all of that. I don't think that's a big number. 2 partners a year. What's the most people? Never mind. Don't answer that because I ain't gonna want to answer it because my wife can hear me. So. But like 2 people a year is not a lot of people. I don't care what neither one of y'all say. Y'all cannot say that with a straight face that 2 people a year is a lot.
For how many years though? 17?
17 years. That's not a lot of people. It don't matter. You looking at how many years? 2 people a year is not a lot of people. Right, Ice? I'm giving it to him. I'm giving him the knowledge. Come on, bro. Like that's not a lot of people. That just tells me you scared and you ain't performing. You coming in there with the okie dokie dick, and then now you realize, oh my gosh, she might have been with some slangers.
I'm not even looking at it like I like competition. You know, I'm competitive with the littlest.
So then you hear that number and then have her head sprung. You be like, yeah, I'm the man. Cause remember I told you about, her number was triple my number. I had her sprung though. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I was like, I look at it as like I did all of that, and then she did all of that. She came across me and she was sprung. Now that tells me I did something right.
Hey, I don't, man. We'll see.
He said he was with G at first. I think I swayed him though. Yeah, I think we gotta just put stuff into perspective. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that there's a right or wrong answer to any of that. That's not what I'm saying. So I want to be very clear. I just think like I guess I'm older and I've been through enough stuff to know like 5 partners in a year ain't a lot either. Like especially if you've been trying to get in relationships, because we gotta realize something too. Like men will mess up a relationship. Men, especially when we were younger, come on, we were trying to hit everything moving.
It sure was.
If we doing that and we with somebody, all right, so girl A is the girl we with, right? And then we still trying to hit everything and we mess up that relationship and she moves on and she get with somebody else. Now her count is 2 in whatever time frame it is because we messed that up. So now you've doubled her body count for that time period already. That's your fault.
Well, all right. I always thought to myself, to women with high counts, I'm like, okay, how many of those were like relationships and how many were just like hookups? I could be swayed depending on, hookups versus relationships.
All right. So what's worse, a serial relationship person or a person who won't commit but has, I don't know who's watching, so I don't want to put the white business out there, but some of us can relate to being involved with someone sexually that just won't commit. Like you can still do what you want to do. I'm going to do what I want to do, but we sleep with each other.
See,
so which one is worse?
I don't know, actually, because I look at people who are serial daters as someone who can't be alone. Like you just have to be with somebody. And I would feel if I came across you and I was single, I wouldn't feel like I was special because now I feel like you just dating just not to be lonely.
Yeah, that's always annoyed me. The women that like I'm dating just to date, not just to date, right? You gotta put yourself out there to find somebody if you want something long term. But like the women that jump from relationship to relationship because they don't know how to be single, right? Like they just need to be in a relationship. Like that's scary. That's a red flag. You're too clingy.
Yeah.
You're too dependent on somebody else. Like you're like it's like your identity is dependent on whether or not you're in a relationship.
So you know what? I will answer Mike's question with serial daters or that one. Whatever the question was. I'm going with serial daters or worse.
That's worse. Okay. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. That's fine. All right, I guess we can move on. Now there's a lot of other lists that I thought about bringing up. Can y'all think of or remember any list that drove you crazy when you saw it that came out? We've seen the hip hop list. We've seen the
hip hop
list.
Yeah.
Like what's a list that y'all can recall that drove you like, oh man, people just doing this to get it out there?
I would definitely say the hip hop list that I saw most recently, and I forgot to screenshot it. I think they named the top 25 or top 50 NYC artists. Lloyd Banks wasn't on there, but Ice Spice was. That's when I saw that. I was like, lost all credibility for this list.
I know what list you're talking about. That came out like a month ago, right?
Like 3 months ago. But yeah, like somebody made a list of rappers who were left off. And even people who were like, yo, that were like, listen to Ice Spice and whatever. They was like, yo, y'all wild with this list. Ice Spice is only a couple months old, and y'all already got her as top 25 or top 50, however many it was. So I'm like, yeah, this list lost all credibility.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Duck. I don't know how much social stuff Duck is on, so I don't know if you've even seen lists.
No, I don't really see too many. The only one that I remembered, I know that was going around because it was like every time something was attitude, but it was every time a woman would like go on something social media and name a red flag, like some dude was keeping a list of all the things the dudes couldn't do. That's the only list that really stands out, and it got long, so obviously it was utterly ridiculous. Some of the stuff that was going on that list, but that's the only one that really comes to mind.
Okay. All right. We probably should have started the show with this, but as you guys may or may not know, there was another mass shooting in this country last night or early this morning. I don't remember. I don't know exactly what time it was. I
think it was last night because it was at a youth bowling league or something.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't even know where. I know where it. I know it happened in Maine, in Lewiston.
Started around 7 o'clock last night.
And this guy, last I heard, was still at large.
Last I heard too.
So the reason I put that in the group, I'm sure y'all have seen it, but there's a game I play, a mobile game on my phone, and you join groups of other players or whatever, like a alliance, I think is what you call it. That's not a game, like you join the alliance. And one of the young ladies in the group said that it's near where she lives, and she's got a lot of family in the area, and she had just been waiting all day to hear back from family and to know that they were okay, her family and friends. That's how I even found out about it. And it was immediately let her know, yo, prayers up. Like, I hope everybody's safe and okay. But it's just like, wow, like you hear about all these mass shootings, but even like to interact with somebody that's so closely potentially affected, you know what I mean? Like, and so for her, like, it's just been a scary day, or scary since last night. It's just been scary. And she was saying, like, no, they're still looking for this person. She just said that like an hour ago.
I saw something on social media today. It was a very big account, like a celebrity, and they were like, prayers out to the people in Maine affected by it. And the retweet was very simple. It was like, what exactly are you praying for now? Are you praying that the dead come back? Are you praying that the people who lost somebody just forget about it magically? Like, what are you praying for? When people say prayers up for Maine and all that, what they were like, what are you praying for? So I want to pose that question to you.
I'm sorry, what were you saying? What were you about to
say? I thought that was a really good statement. Like it really opened my eyes to how easily we just say, oh, we're prayers up for whatever. Like, what exactly are you praying for?
You're praying for some level of comfort, peace for the ones that are affected. The Bible even says that you're not supposed to pray for the dead. I don't know exactly where, but I know that's something that's always stuck with me since I was a kid. Like once somebody's gone, you're not supposed to pray for them, but you do want to pray for some level of comfort and peace.
Yeah, peace
for the people, the loved ones of those that passed away and something like that. And in this case, for like I said, the game I play, like this was happening real time where she's waiting to hear back. I'm literally praying that all her people are okay. You know what I mean? Like that she gets that good news that there's nothing to worry about. We're fine. And she did get it, so that's good. But she's still in that area. Like you don't know this person's at large. You don't know when they might hit again. They're safe for now, but how long is that going to be? Like you just don't know. So you're praying that they continue to stay safe until that person is called.
And I get what Duck is saying, but I also kind of agree with Mike is saying. Like, we've gotten to the point where, like, that's the first thing we say, oh, prayers to this. And is it something that we just say, or are we actually meaning what we're saying? Like, is it just like a catchword that we, or phrase, hey, prayers up,
Exactly.
and, you know.
Okay. Well, I don't really know what else to say. Senseless shooting, like it's nonsense. It's I hate that we became so desensitized to it, but
And I was gonna say that. I'm like, I feel desensitized to it. I'm like, well, and God forgive me for my thought. My thought was, I hope, you know, everyone's okay that's wounded or in critical condition, and you know, the people that are affected by this mentally. But I'm also like, I'm not surprised, and like, I feel bad thinking that, but I'm like, I'm not surprised. Last year it was Uvalde. You know, this year is something else. Next year might be something else. I hope, I pray that it isn't. But once I saw nothing happen as a result of that Sandy Hook shooting, I just was like, what
I
can be
saw,
done?
yeah, there's a tweet that gets recycled after every mass shooting. This guy's tweet is never gonna go away. After every mass shooting, it gets retweeted thousands of times, and the tweet says, I don't remember it verbatim, but the gist of it is, once the United States decided that shooting innocent children in a school wasn't enough to change legislation, that let me know, like, we can just continue to expect this in this country.
I remember seeing that.
Like, that is a deep, like, bone chilling tweet,
Yeah,
because
I've never seen that tweet, but yeah, like just it goes, yeah.
Like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, something is about to go down. Like, you went into an elementary school and you killed these babies, bro. It's about to go down.
nothing. And then what they end up doing is saying, oh, this person has mental illness, so, or we're going to improve mental illness laws and background checks and like that. Like, no. Anyone who does something like that has something off mentally. You don't need to tell us that. We know that. You know what I'm saying? No person in
No
their right
normal,
mind who is
rational
not an
person.
extremist of some sort is going to go do that. So you don't need to tell us that they had mental illnesses or they were struggling with something or whatever. Like, obviously there's a reason for it that set them off. Whatever that reason was, it's a something that affected them mentally. You don't need to tell us that every time we see these things happen. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the solution is. Does
Me
the United
either.
States just come out and say, hey, nothing more than pistols allowed as citizens anymore? Like, what's the answer?
There isn't one particular answer. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like,
If
everybody
the
has an
government came
idea.
around, and confiscated all assault rifles of
It's
any
still going
kind.
to be handguns. And if
Yeah,
they
but
connect,
you're not shooting 30 people with a handgun though. You if you restrict clip size and the type of gun that you can use, you cut down on the amount of people. This dude, they said it was like 80 people shot, 30 people seriously injured, and 22 dead, something like that, right? Wasn't it something? The
yeah,
numbers were
I think they said
wild.
18 people were confirmed dead.
Oh, I thought it was
22 or
22. I saw.
22 or wounded or something. But my
Oh,
coworker or
okay, you're
someone,
right. I think it was 18 dead, 22 wounded, a total of 30 whatever shot. I think you're right. I'm
my
getting
thing is, a crazy person is crazy. They're going to find a way. You banned all guns, they're going to start using bombs. Ban bombs, they're going to start using cars. Ban bombs, knives, they're going to use knives, cars, whatever. A crazy person is going to find a way.
Yeah, but you not taking out
No,
30,
no, no.
40
You're not
people at a
taking out
time
as
like that.
many as you would. But think about the last couple of situations. I think it was 2 years ago. The guy ran down a bunch of people in the Christmas parade. Like, they're going to find a way. You might have killed one or two or three.
Right.
You know, you're still going to inflict fear, whatever your message or goal is to do, but you're not going to take as many lives as, you know, obviously a clip that holds 30 plus rounds, but you're still going to find a way. And if I'm being honest, and I think Chris Rock said it, if there's a mass stabbing and you're watching someone get stabbed and you mess around and get stabbed, like you might have had that coming. Like if I'm out at a mall and I'm seeing one person stabbing multiple people, like I'm out.
You gonna leave?
First,
you're not leaving if you're there with me. Gee, let's go get him. I'm not.
No, it depends who I'm with. It depends who I'm with. Like if I'm by myself, I'm looking at somebody be like, yo, is one dude or one woman or one person we can gang up on. Right. I ain't gonna get into that.
Right. And it's not about being a hero or none of that stuff, but it's like, yo, I'm not. There was this clip that came out years ago, and I don't remember what country it was in. It might have been here, but I don't think it was here. And it's this mom and dad walking down the street with two kids. And this woman, like, just walking towards them. The couple with the two kids was walking this direction. The woman was walking in the opposite direction and just like stabbed the kid in the ear.
Oh, and yeah, they're getting effed up.
And then she went after the other kid, and the dad went to charge the woman, but then backed away from her and like just let her go. Like, what?
Nah, there's some stuff like I'm not even putting no thought into. You do something to my kid, my nieces, my nephews, bro, I'm not thinking twice. Like
Yo, I hate that my computer can hear me because I went to YouTube just now and typed in the W and it pulled up the it filled it out for me. Now none of these are the clip. I am gonna find it and I'm gonna show y'all this.
I know we're on a serious topic, but I want y'all to know what just happened over here. I don't know why the heck she's been crying. But I asked her if she wanted to go downstairs and watch her show. She said yes, and then turned around and pointed at the projection of the game, indicating that she wanted it up here. Now I got Paw Patrol on instead of halftime of a football game.
You don't have you can't do split screen or a tablet or something to give her?
I don't have a tablet up here. I thought about doing split screen.
I mean, I'll let you know when the game comes back on if you want.
That was why I was like, well, it's a halftime right now. I'll let her have the whole thing. But I'm very disappointed in this moment. I'm very
not find this video.
But look how content she suddenly is.
Right.
This same show was on the TV downstairs. So I had the baby monitor set up so I could see her.
Nope, she got dad and she got her show. That two things she wanted.
Yeah, she went.
I almost brought the other TV up here to set up so I could watch I could have put her show on her TV or whatever, like to have two screens going. But I was like, nah, I'll be fine. Last time she stayed downstairs the whole time.
Nope, not today.
By the way,
look at Philly coming back.
This was my bottle of water for once I finished my mojito, and she done slobbered in it. She all sorts of snot and drool.
Yeah,
hers not.
Milwaukee was up 20 when we started this show, and now they're down 6.
What quarter is it?
It is the fourth quarter with 7:20 left.
I found it.
And the other thing too,
I'm gonna show y'all this because you can't tell like how gory it is. Like, so it's not anything like, you know. You can
too is I'm not smoking the hookah while she's insisting on sitting in my lap. So that fresh coal that y'all just saw me put on there is going completely to waste.
Can y'all see that?
Yep.
Let me see. Oh, wait, I do have a full screen.
And then the dad was like, yo, are you kidding me? And then she goes for the daughter. And the dad looked like he wanted the mom, like, how they just stand there and then just let her walk off? The wife was like, yo, go do something. And then he gonna back away. Nah, F that. Big Betty.
She would have been dog walk, bro. I promise you.
Big Betty is getting. Oh my! Are you kidding me?
She would have got dog walk.
Oh
Like if I was a bystander and saw that, like you not doing nothing, fine, I'm doing it.
She just tried to take the kid, just right.
no, she. Okay, so the video didn't show her like jigging him, but they showed her pull the knife out her bag, and they showed her going towards the kid, but they stopped it right before she penetrated. She stabbed the kid in the ear, and then she sliced the daughter also.
Wow. Yeah.
Fam, like,
She,
nah,
she,
not for
she
nothing.
got jacked up.
No deaths, and thank God she didn't have a gun because she could have just popped all four of them.
Yeah.
It's kind of the point that I'm getting at. Like, we can't, like, I agree with what you were saying. You can't stop crazy. You can't stop insanity, right? You can't stop extremists, but you can minimize the damage by what's available to the public.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I mean, the black market is always the black market, right? You always gonna
Yep.
find a way to get something. But again, a lot of these crimes, that these mass shootings, are being committed with legally purchased weapons.
Yep. And actually, yeah, all the mass shootings for the most part have been legally bought. They either
Yep.
took it from their mom or dad, or
Mm-hmm.
they had it themselves.
Yep. So we just gotta, like, this country is it's fucked, man. It's fucked. People, like, it's whatever. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know what to do.
Me either.
It's sad. All right, let's keep it moving. What other topics we got? G, I know you got something over there for us, man.
All right. So the CEO of Levi came out, not recently, but he's come out and said that he does not wash his jeans the traditional way. Allow me to read his exact words. It says the debate over how often you should wash your jeans still rages on. Some denim lovers say never wash them because washing jeans will impact their shape and color. Those who want to wash your jeans, this is how Levi Strauss CEO Charles Berg does it. However, does not use a washing machine. His quote is, "True denim heads, people that really love their denim will tell you never put your denim in a washing machine. So that's what I do," he told CNBC recently. Then how does Levi CEO wash his jeans? If I drop some curry on my jeans, I'm going to clean it, but if I'll spot clean it. And if they get really gross, I've been sweating or something, and they get really gross, I'll wash them in the shower. This means keeping the jeans on in the shower and covering them in soap as you would your body. Berg explained. So my question is, how often do you wash your jeans? How often you will wear your jeans before washing them?
All right. So I don't like jeans. I think I have 3 or 4 pair.
Okay, sweats. I know you're a sweat man.
No, but it's different because they're talking about the maintenance of jeans in particular, and
Jeans.
that's why. So when I get my jeans, I wash them inside out on cold water after every wear.
There's never uh, there's never an
Now, I will
exception.
say this. Like, so I work in the jobs I've had for the last 10 years, we've had uniforms. So the uniforms are only the shirts. I buy the khakis for them. So I got way more khakis than I'd like to admit because of the years at work. You just get some more
Yeah,
every
that
once in
makes
a while. They'll give us a stipend where you can get 2 or 3 a year. You know what I mean? 4 a year, something like that. And every year I would order the max amount because the company is paying for it. But if let's say I go to work, I come home and shower, and I throw those jeans on, I might not wash them that time around because I was just at home. Take them off, they're still clean. If I'm gassy, they getting washed. You know what I mean? Like if there's
yeah.
my dog gets drool on them, they get if there's something on my jeans, inside out, cold water, they're getting washed. Like that's it. But the only time I wouldn't, like, if I leave my house and I go sit on something in public, I'm washing my jeans.
And that's what I was gonna say. It depends on like where I wore them. If I'm just stayed around the house, I'll wear them 2 3 times. If I'm in the house 2 3 days straight, that same pair, okay, whatever. But if I go out, like you said, you sit somewhere or you get something on them, like I've always been. But it was interesting. Like when you put that in the group, because I listened to a podcast recently where they were talking about this. They were talking about it a while back, some episode, an older episode, but it has stuck with me, and I was like, yeah, I don't need to be washing these after every single wear, every single time. So I don't do the inside out thing. And
See,
sweatpants, I'll go like sweats. I don't wash anywhere near as frequently. So except same thing. Get something on them, go outside, sit down somewhere. Yeah, but
now,
that's for the most part. I wear them around the house, so I don't wash my sweatpants nearly as much.
see, for my job, I'm allowed to wear jeans, whereas others they have to, wear, dress attire for work. Because of my department that I'm in, I get to wear jeans. They go right into the dirty clothes. No, grab the dirt out of the dirty clothes the next day. Smell the butt part. Oh, I can get these another wear. No, one, I'm a sweaty person, so I'm not re-wearing anything for the most part anyway. But my sweatpants, for instance, last week I was off Friday. Took my shower in the morning. I was in sweats all day. Didn't leave the house. Saturday, same thing. I was like, you know what? I'm putting my sweats on from the previous day. I didn't use the bathroom. When I say bathroom, I mean number two. Sometimes you're like, yeah, man, I blew the bathroom up. These ain't getting a second wear without me washing them, type of thing. Like I didn't use the bathroom that day. I was just on the couch. So Saturday, when we had to do some running around, I grabbed them sweats, put them back on.
That's interesting. See, I'm the opposite with sweats because they're more absorbent in my mind than jeans or khakis.
See, I wasn't. It was a cool day. I didn't no sweat whatsoever. If I felt like I was, any moisture on me, no, they wouldn't have got warm. But it was a
Okay.
cool day, no sweating at all, not hot, nothing. So I was like, you know what? I'm putting them back on.
Okay.
So let me open this up a little bit further. How often do you change your washcloth and towel, and how often do you change your bed sheets?
All right. So I would have to ask my wife how often we do the bed sheets, but it's probably like every couple weeks. Because we change based off of color, like we just want a new look. You know what I mean? Um, we have black sheets, gray sheets, and red sheets, but multiple sets of each color. So sometimes we want to mix it up. You know what I mean? Like we'll do the red sheets with the gray comforters. You know what I mean? Like we do all kinds of. You were here when I got the.
Yeah, something cotton or thread count.
It was like 1,800 thread count sheets
Yeah,
or something like that, and then the Egyptian cotton ones and all that. Like, but you saw I had 2 red sets that came in,
yeah.
and then I think the other one was gray or black. I don't remember what color the other one was, but that's what I'm saying. I ordered the same color because that's what we like in our room. We like those colors in our room. But we change them. Like if I have a long hard day at work or something, or I had a strenuous day, and God forbid I just go in the bedroom and take a nap. Like I won't get in bed with my clothes and stuff on, but now I know my sweat and stuff is there. Like this stuff got to go. Like this can't stay on the bed. Like we got to get this off. As far as washcloths go, so we actually have a rotating system. So we got one washcloth for our face, one washcloth for the body. They are not interchangeable. I'm not wiping my ass and then washing my face with it later. So I don't play those games. However, the system is the washcloth for the face is usually for a couple days, like 3 or 4 days. And then that goes to the body washcloth and then a new washcloth for the face. And so
So I have a question because I'm one of the people. I have one washcloth, one towel. I have 4 of each really, but I don't have a face washcloth or a body washcloth. Walk me through, what is the washcloth for the face for exactly? Like, do you lather stuff in and then scrub your face with the
Honestly,
washcloth?
I use my hands. I got a face wash that
Me too. That's what
I
I
have it
got.
in my hands
I
and
pump it in my hands, lather it up,
mhm,
and wash
yep,
my face.
yep. So
So, are you doing that with the washcloth, Mike?
yeah, sometimes I don't like putting chemicals on my face a lot. If I break out or something, like I have like spot treatments and stuff that I do. Like I buy certain drops and stuff, and like I call them potions, but I don't know what's in them, but it's like, for scar removals and stuff like that. So when I get my hair done, there's a certain grease that she uses, and it gets in my skin, right? That she puts it on my scalp. And then when I first get my hair done, you have to put a do-rag on. It always leaves a dark mark on my forehead. I'm sure y'all have seen me with it before.
Yep.
So I have like the scab remover, the scar removal for that. And that usually takes like 2 weeks, but you put it on and you leave it. So I don't wash my face with things like that. But I use the hottest water possible to clean my pores. But after I like open up my pores with the washcloth, I'll squeeze the stuff out my nose. I'm like a pore squeezer, and I get better grip if I use a cloth instead of using my hands. So I don't use my hands for that. That's what I use my washcloth for. It's better for removing the oil, because what happens is with your skin, your fingers, if you dry your fingers now, we black. You dry your fingers now and then do this to your nose and hold it to the light, you'll see the shine. So you just rubbing that all over your face. Like, so with me, I want that to be removed with the washcloth. I do that until my face and skin feels dry. And then I put my lotion on and everything when I'm done. So my washcloth is that I don't put my body soap on my face. We have facial cleansers and stuff. We got a teenage boy in the house. He breaks out and stuff. Like, we have stuff like that. My wife has all kinds of stuff for her face and skin and tighteners and shit like that. So I don't know what she washes off. Makeup, you know what I'm like? So you see all that. And if I can see that she used a face towel and I see makeup on it, it's gone. Like, I don't put that back on my face. You know what I mean? So I don't do that kind of stuff. But I make the water as hot as I could physically tolerate, and then right on my face, and I hold it there. And then I do like a scrub, pull everything off as much as I can. And that's how I do it.
When they give you the hot towel on the planes, that does feel good.
I'm sorry, say that again?
When they give you the hot towel on the plane, that does feel good.
You must be a first class dude. I've never
first class.
You saw earlier he dropped Ibiza, right? He's like, yeah, when I was in
Ibiza. You know what? It doesn't have to be first class. Like, certain flights come with food, depending on the length.
Flights. Yeah, international flights.
Yeah, so that's why.
What about you, Duck? Your bed sheets and your washcloth and towel, how often do you change those out for new?
With the bed sheets, it's weird. Like, I don't actually change them. I wash them at least once a month. I literally just washed mine a week ago. But I have a favorite set of bed sheets that I wash them and put them back on the same day. I have a spare pair, like if I'm starting it too late, like Mike was like, if I've sweat on the bed or whatever, like if it's just disgusting and it's too late, I have a spare pair. But as soon as that set is clean again, it's going right back on. I'm taking that spare pair off after one night, toss that in the wash, and now it's just ready to go for next time.
I forgot to tell you the game started.
Yeah, I'm not interrupting this. I was like, it had to have started by now, but I was like, yeah, I don't care that much. I do want to see it, but this is bliss right now for me. So yeah, the bedding, I just use the same pair, and I make sure to wash it frequently. And in fact, I try to shower before I get in bed at night. Like, it just end of the day, especially if I've gone out the house. If I've just sat around the house, I might not be as pressed for it, but I also work out a good amount. I shower after that anyway, but I try to clean it frequently. The bath towel sets, the rag and the towel. When I first got my own place, I made it a point to get enough. Like, I literally got enough for one day each week that I could do it after each one. And then one day I was like, well, that's overkill. I don't need to do that. So probably twice a week, I change it out. I have enough. And I will say over time, because I buy good towels. I buy very good towel sets. Women have stolen my towels and racks over the years.
There's some things you can't cheap out on.
What'd you say?
There's some things you can't cheap out on.
Yeah.
But I will say that I've had washcloths that were too nice to be good body towels. Like, they're just too thick and too fluffy. Sometimes I like to feel like I'm getting a good scrub. So there's certain cheap washcloths that I like to feel.
Certain washcloth, you need an older one that's worn.
Yeah.
Especially like when you're like when you're just like, yo, I'm real dirty, like I just really need a good scrub, you'll go grab one of those old ones. And the other thing, like I'm saying that women have stolen some of my towel sets. Like I took so much stuff from my parents' house when I moved out. I
See,
knew I knew that I needed those older ones that were already worn down over years. You know what I mean? Like I'm going out and buying that nice, softer stuff for your general shower, but sometimes you need that hard scrub.
nah. See how I judge. I like thick washcloths and towels. I judge a good washcloth based on how much soap is on my arm when I go to make a pass. If it's not a lot, then it's a bad washcloth. If I make a pass and there's a lot of soap on me, in my mind, that's a good washcloth.
What kind of soap do you use? Like
I
not
use
brand. Do you use a bar or liquid?
liquid body wash.
So then why
And
don't
there,
you use if you're looking for lather, why don't you just use a loofah, a little sponge thing? Because that's where you get the best
because
lather.
I feel like that's nah. I forgot why I didn't. I don't know. I don't know
I
why.
I
I
stopped
use
falling for the lather trick, bro. I stopped falling for it. I hate liquid soap. I hate it.
Nah, I feel like it lasts longer than bar soap because then you get down with that little chiclet piece of soap left.
I use
Nah,
both. I use both because I feel like I get a better wash with the bar soap, but I love the scent of my liquid soap. I mix and match, but the different liquid soaps that I have, the body washes, they smell way better. Uh,
yeah,
so like I get a good scrub with a bar soap first, and then I'll do the liquid to just hey let's wash a second time. That's another thing. How many times do y'all wash? You just do one wash when you in the shower, or do you do
all
multiple?
right. So real quick to answer my question that I was asking you guys,
My standard is two, so I can answer right off the bat. My standard is two.
I before I got with my wife, I changed my sheets every 2 weeks on the nose. We got together, we still change it every 2 weeks on a Sunday. Hey, it's been 2 weeks. All right, take that off, put the new set on. For me, every 5 to 7 days when I change out my washcloth for a new one.
You use it for a whole week.
Yep, whole week, and then I change it out usually on a Sunday.
That's a lot of booty
The
scrubbing,
summer,
bro.
Yeah,
huh?
that's all I said. That's why I said that my goal that when I first got on my own, I had a set for every day of the week. I wanted it was like once you wash your ass with this, I'm not trying to put that back on the rest of me again. That was my train of thought back then. Now it's like okay, I'm not that obsessive, so twice a week is good. But yeah, that's a lot of assuming you wash your ass. I don't
All
really.
right.
Yeah.
What's the process after you wash your ass with soap? What do you do after that? So now you got lathered, soft, soapy, squishy booty cheeks. Tell me what you do next.
You rinse.
Huh?
You rinse.
So you
See,
don't see.
I
All right.
see. Look, I'm gonna take you through my wash process, Doug. I do one wash. I start from the left arm, go across
That's weird. I
behind the
also
head.
start left arm. I also
Nah,
start
don't
left
don't
arm.
don't cut them off. Come on, hold on. You can agree after. Go ahead, G.
So left arm under armpits. I don't just do one pass through. Nope. I bring it across. Start my other arm. Same thing. Scrub underneath it. I wash behind my neck, behind my ears. Then I start my chest. Start working around. I do my back. My butt is last, basically. My butt and front private parts, that's last, and then I rinse off.
Do y'all
Oh,
have back scrubbers?
wait. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Doug. What'd you say?
I said, do y'all have back scrubbers? Because I bought one a while ago, and it's a game changer.
So
Nah,
the only thing I use liquid soap on is my back because I have this long rubber strap with one side is like a bunch of little like rubber teeth. So you got to put the liquid soap in there to get it to lather, and the strap it's this long. I can't even get my hand in the screen.
I've seen those. I've never
It's
used
this
them.
long silicone strap, but it's got handles at the end, so you get the lather on there, and then you could scrub. You doing this motion up and down your
okay.
back. The other
That's
side
what that
has
is.
like, huh?
That's what that is.
You seen it in my shower before?
Yeah.
Why you
Yeah,
be looking in their shower when
Well,
you
first of all, I spent the night for a whole week watching their kids when they were in Mexico. When I was in the shower, I'm like, what the heck is that? I thought it was for like maybe the feet or something. I don't know. But now, almost a year later, I find out what it is.
Right. So that is what I use liquid soap on, because the bar soap don't lather on that silicone material. So I do put but that's another reason I don't like it. I got to put so much on there and like to generate the soap first, and then I scrub my back with it. That's how I clean my back well. But you said butt and then front parts. You wash your joint after you wash your butt?
No, I go front first, then back, and then rinse off.
But okay, so my question to y'all is, when y'all get all lathered up, you start with your arms, whatever, right? You basically start head
to toe.
You start high, you work your way down.
Yep.
Okay. When y'all say rinse off, it's just water?
Yeah.
Yeah, I make sure that shower stream get in there. I don't want no soap residue in there.
I got the shower wand. Captain Morgan. I put my leg.
Yo, my shower process is crazy. That is wild. I can't believe
I know you was in there for 2 hours. That's why the show was late.
Well, I also did my hair. So without doing my hair, I start on my neck and behind my ears first, under my neck and everything. Then I do my arms, not my armpits. I do my arms, under my arm. I don't do the armpit. Do my other arm, chest. I don't do my back yet. I do legs down to my feet. All right.
You get between the toes.
I do all of that. But that's all with just water. So I'm rinsing off the sweat. I'm rinsing off the sweat and dirt and grime first with a wash rag with no soap.
No, I don't do that. I rinse with the water first.
That ain't that. See that I don't feel it. So then after that, I get the soap on the washcloth and do the same exact process all over again. Okay, still no armpit, still no butt, still no privates. I then rinse all of that off, and then the last part is the soap on the front and armpits. Rinse that all off. Rinse off the wash rag in between. I put, you know how you got the adjustable joints in the shower, you got the wide stream, you got the narrow, and then you got like the bullet joint. I put it on the bullet joint, rinse all the soap out of the wash rag. I let the water beat on it until it's not even lathering no more. Nothing else is on there. So then when that's done, armpits and then balls, the front area, rinse all that soap off. Then I go right to the butt with the washcloth. I do my butt and then got to rinse that out, the washcloth, turn around, and then just water on the washcloth and rinse and wipe the butt out also. I can't believe y'all just let this dirty soap just run down y'all. That's crazy to me.
Hey.
That is insane to me. Y'all wash your feet after you just let the soap run down you?
No, I wash everything. I put the shower head. This is how I put the shower head off to the side.
So what you're saying is when you get out the shower, you got booty juice on your feet still?
No, I rinse all that out.
I'm about to say I got something different that I use for my feet that I lather in my hands and wash my feet with at the end of it. So,
but if your butt is the last thing you wash and then you just rinse the water down, that means you're not washing your feet after you rinse the soapy booty juice off.
You talking to you, G? Because I just told you.
I'm clean. I ain't never heard nobody say I stink. So
I got a specific lather that I use to wash my feet.
I have soap to wash my body. I have the facial wash. That's it. My game started already. They just got straight into it. And that's it. Soap to wash the body, facial wash to wash the face, rinse off. I let the soap sit on me for a little bit, and then I rinse it all off. Get the wand in between the legs, the butt, get all, and I'm good.
Wow, I learned something today. I am about to say anal about my showers, but I didn't want to apply that because we've been talking about that. But my shower, like a good shower for me, you could see the grime and stuff around the drain. Like
I love seeing that. I'm like, all right, cool.
My showers look like somebody got out of a tub. Like I scrub all the dead skin off. My skin be so dry when I
Well,
get out. It feels great. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love
you
it.
say that, but for me, I make sure I'm clean before I take a bath. You saying like your showers look like somebody got out of a tub? Like I make sure I'm clean before I take a bath.
Yeah, the
Mm.
couple times I've taken
Like,
a bath, I would take a shower
I
first.
like to just soak. So I don't want to be sitting in my own filth while I'm soaking.
Well, it depends on what you're doing, right? There are people who get in the tub to bathe, and
I
then
understand.
I I will get in the tub for a skin treatment. So I told y'all like I shower, my skin is dry. So you do that, then you get in the tub with your oils and stuff to like
Hmm.
a replenish, like a revitalization for your body.
Yep.
That's what that's when you put all the special sauce in there in the water. All right, we at the hour and a half mark. I know G's show started.
We can
I
do one more if y'all want.
I got another one too. I put it in the chat early this morning, and I think y'all thought I was just saying good morning, but it was long time no see. So G, you want to do yours? You want to do mine?
Uh,
Mine
we
don't even get consideration. Mine was okay. It's fine.
Oh, I thought yours was the shooter. You had another one?
I said one the other day when I
Oh
called
yeah,
you.
he did say it. You know
Well,
what?
let's
I'll
do
do
it.
mine for another day.
Mine is the
Duck,
I'll
fun.
do mine
nah,
for another
Duck
day.
don't never have something. Let's go, Duck.
That's
You
yeah.
on?
So what I said, how did I word it? Small accomplishments that you make you feel way better than you should.
Yeah,
Something like that. I
yeah.
said. So I tell y'all, yo, what you doing, kid? So y'all know I built a fence at my house. Built a fence. My dad and I put the gate up, the privacy fence in the backyard. And the whole time, the back gate, which I use all the time, like if this is the fence post, the gate comes. Do it this way. The gate goes past it when it's close. Like it's supposed to come to here even, goes past it. So literally last Tuesday, I finally went ahead, took some of the scrap wood that we had out there, cut it in half. I put 2 stops up there, right? And all week I've been going in and out of this gate. Just it's smooth. That's nice. It's just open, just like that. I ain't gotta, but I was still going through with the same force. Because it would go by, and now it's like it's off kilter and it's overlaps a little. So I'm used to pushing hard, and it's like I'm dang near falling through every time I open it. So I got used to every time I've walked through that gate for the last week and a half now. It's just this is nice. This is. So I was gonna ask y'all, what have y'all done? Just minor, just small stuff that you should not be as excited about. That just you're hella proud of yourself for way longer than you should be.
Oh, okay. So every now and then our tub will clog, the shower will clog. So I was using the liquid drainer and it wasn't working. So I was like, you know what? Let me try this gel liquid drainer, and I let it sit over. I poured it in one night before bed, let it sit all night. Came in the next day, it had like this white stuff on the outside. I was like, oh yeah, it was in there cooking, and
You're not
it's
supposed to
been
leave it that
good.
long.
It say like 15 to 30 minutes.
Man, no,
Yeah.
it's been one of those. I talk about slow drains. Like I'm tired of the ish. So I
Yeah,
was
no,
like,
I
I'm pouring
understand that.
half the bottle in this drain. I'm letting it sit overnight. And because it's gel, in my mind, I was like, because it's gel, it's sticking throughout, throughout the whole pipe. So it's going to get all of that. Take showers. To this day, I still look at the drain and watch it all go down. It's not backing up. And I was like, I want you to back up. Come on. I still got half a bottle in there. Go ahead and act up if you want to.
Anytime you unclog a bad drain, that's also a good thing.
Yeah.
That's also
Yeah.
a very
You
good
find
thing.
yourself in there longer now, just taking
Right?
time, like, ain't got to
You know,
worry
you
about
put your
it.
foot over the drain, wait a couple minutes, remove it, see how long it takes for it to go down.
Oh, yeah.
He's sleeping.
That's funny. That's funny. Small things that excite you that probably shouldn't excite you. I don't know. It happens so often to me. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Not even
I don't know.
necessarily they shouldn't excite you. You just shouldn't be as proud for as long. Like it's like the fence thing, the drain, like those are basic functions of life that It should be routine maintenance. None of us have any business being so proud of those for as long as
Right?
like I'm the same way with the drains though. You do that, I got my electric tea kettle. I'll heat the water because it says to pour hot water down there, and I don't
Yep.
like how long the water from the tub takes to heat up. I'm like, nah, I'm getting the water to the hottest boil I can, 205 degrees, and I'm pouring that down the drain.
Right over the mouth of the drain. You're gonna get all this.
I got one, but I didn't do it. My father-in-law did it while we were gone in Mexico, as a matter of fact. So the house is all old and original, and you're supposed to change the filter in your heating system like every 6 months or something like that. It's probably every 2 or 3 months that you're using it, but you're supposed to change it frequently. Well, in my house, the pipe came down. So if it's a box that you got to slide the filter out of, right? The pipe is right in front of it. So we had to bend the filters to put them in. Like it's got to go in like that instead of us just being able to insert it straight. Because the pipe came down, you got to push it up, fold it, push it up, fold it, like to get it in there. So I always felt like particles was coming through the sides and stuff like that.
Yep.
My father-in-law surprised us when we came back from Mexico, and the pipe was straight. Bro, I've been dying to use the heat in my house just so I could change that filter. Like I walk in, I pull it out. Nah, not yet. All right, cool. Because it's in the same area that we feed the dog in. So when I go and get the dog food, I just pull. Nope, not yet. So when it got cold the last couple of days, I was like, yeah, it's time for this thing to get dusty. I'm ready. It ain't happening fast enough. I can't wait to change this filter in the boiler. But I just get excited because I didn't even know you could like just rearrange. It sounds stupid, right? But I didn't know you could just rearrange pipe. Like he just I'm sorry. I know that sounds crazy, right? But like, I'm not a pipe smith in that sense. I rearrange guts with my pipe. I didn't know you could remove pipe or change the shape of them. Look, I said his small victory was, plugging the car tire for the first time.
I was just about to say, first time home maintenance on your vehicle, that always feels good. Especially like when you're at the place, filters, when you change it's a simple thing, but when you're at the maintenance style, you're at the shop and they're trying to tell you, oh, this is what it'll cost for us to change your cabin and engine filters. And you're like, when you finally decide, nah, I'm gonna do that myself.
Yeah.
You do it's simple. It's a simple fix. It's real easy, like both of them, real easy. Like you do that for the first time, changing your wiper blades, anything you can do for yourself.
Yep, I changed my wiper blades for the first time. And the bad thing was I measured one blade. I didn't measure both of them, so both of them had the same blade. It's hanging this much off the windshield.
Oh my God.
I went back like 3 times to get that. I threw the wiper blades away, so I didn't know how big the smaller
They
one was.
literally have books so you can look it up, G.
Bro, I took it back at least 3 times. It was to the point where I was at the one on Broad Street. I paid for it. I was like, hey, look, if this isn't the right size, I'm bringing it back. And even the guy looked it up and said, this is the size. Wasn't the size.
Oh, okay.
Wow. So if I had to replace them again, mind you, I just bought them this year. So if I got to replace them anytime soon, I'm measuring both.
They generally don't last as long as in your head they're gonna last. Like you should.
By the way, I got a buddy of mine. He took one of the motors for the wiper blades and moved it to the middle, and he bought one long one on a Honda Civic, and he had one wiper blade because he wanted just the one. And
that's a bad design flaw.
It worked for him until winter came and you realize like having this much of your windshield, like where your inspection stickers are, having that much of it still blocked because the wiper ain't hitting as far to the edge as it should. it really impacts your judgment. It impairs your vision. It blocks more than you thought. So he didn't like that, but he was stuck with it, for the duration of the time he owned the car. But it is what it is. Oh man, car changes is a good one. I remember the first time I bought a car that had this noisy ass muffler on it, and I changed that joint in the first week. My buddy was like, "Oh, it sounds good. It sounds good." No, 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 it don't. I don't like people hearing when I pull up. If it's not my music, I don't want people to know I'm coming down the street. I don't need that. I don't like the. I never liked that noise. So took that joint off, put some regular stuff on it. Oh man, I changed the intake on the car, even quieter when you step on the gas. Man, yeah, I like that. That's the kind of oh man. But I think my biggest small victory was being able to sync. So you got smart TVs, you got PlayStations, you got all this stuff hooked up. Changing the settings in your TV so you no longer have to use the input buttons to switch between devices. Just power it up and it switches automatically. Tell me y'all have that.
I'm gonna say my TVs are all too old. Well, I won't say all because actually I got one that I bought since I've moved into this house. It's only 3 years old, but I've never connected any devices to it, so I don't know. I've never even thought about that.
So it's a setting. Let me tell you that I'm 90% sure all your TVs can do it because the TV I bought when I got with my wife, our TV, Derek's 14 now, so that TV's got to be at least 12 years old.
Dang, yo, Penny that old?
Yeah, wow. That TV does it. It's a setting that you got to go in there and do, and all it does is it detects a new input and it switches. But
like, oh yeah, I got
such
smart
a small
TV,
victory.
So I figured that out when I got a smart TV. I'm like, yo, I turn my PlayStation on, flips automatically to the channel.
I'm gonna look for this with my 65 inch downstairs. I'm gonna try to figure it out.
Game changer. No more waiting to look for the remote and all that. I mean, you end up finding the remote for volume control anyway, but it's just little stuff like that. You'd be like, yeah, like I've appreciated that.
The Fire Stick remote will control the volume. So I really am looking for that other remote, and this one will hide everything. By the way, speaking of her, update on me watching the game. So I put it on. Y'all know I got the fold phone, right? So open it up. I put the game on my phone, which I currently feel like this whole setup is just straight bullshit. But
how are you liking that fold, by the way? Because I feel like screens should not be folding, bending, and all that other stuff.
I love it. The only issue is I gotta change the screen protector more often than I would like. But other than that, like it's been great. But she noticed something was playing on the phone. I don't know if y'all saw her looking back, and she frowned a little bit and looked away. It was like she was thinking, "Oh, that ain't shit. Let me go back to my show." Like that. That was the look she made when she saw that I had the game on the small screen.
Yeah. ICE says they charge way too much for cabinet filters. No, you're right.
The labor, the charges, they only upsell like $10 usually, but it's the labor is where they get you for those filters.
Right.
Yep.
All right, so I do have another topic I want to get to. This long time no see. All right. And I was thinking, was I listening to something? How do you act when someone comes up to you and they clearly know who you are?
Oh man.
And you have no idea who this person is talking to you, whether it because you flat out just don't remember them or they look completely different, but whatever the reason is, how do you react when this or has this ever happened to y'all?
Yes.
It has happened to me. Yes.
Happened to me twice this year. I think a third time actually.
Tell us about it.
The first time I'm at my daughter's house for whatever reason. I'm heading back to my car. I see somebody, in the hood. They ride dirt bikes and quads. I see somebody like, yo, G, what up? I'm looking. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't know this person. He gets off the bike, pulls his helmet off. I see his face. Vaguely recognize him. I don't remember where I know him from. Church, school, playing basketball, party. Don't remember where I know this dude from. We're walking up to each other. I give him dap. He asks about how my mom doing. Tell my dudes I said what up. I'm like, well, dude, bro, you know I got you. Get in the car. Where do I know this dude from? Where do I know this dude from? Most recent, took my dad to the ER. He's doing good. He actually got out the rehab place. He's still doing his exercising and whatnot. Waiting to get my dad into a bed in the ER. The guy that's changing the beds, yo, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm like, I'm good. How about yourself? Like, you know how you do that, hesitate to make sure, like, is he talking to me? And he's like, yeah, man, you know, just checking the beds and whatnot, man. How you doing? I'm good, bro. Here with my dad, you know, blah, blah, blah. He's like, all right, man, good seeing you. I'm like, good seeing you too. My dad's like, where you know him from? I'm like, school? Question mark?
So y'all won't ask, y'all just let it go.
Sometimes it's just like to the point where it's just like, oh, like when he was like, yo, tell Mom Dukes I said what up, I was like, I gotta live with this. I don't know who this dude is. I can't let him know. I don't know who he is.
It's so bad.
I have been the exact opposite. The 2 times of this that I recall this happening, I have been the exact opposite. Like, I make it known I don't know who the heck you are. Like, it's all on my face. It's in the way of what I said. So the first time I remember, I was in college. A group of us went to Dorney Park, and this chick comes up to me, and she's bad too. She's bad, and oh my God, I was like, Doug, how are you? How have you been? Yeah, like I was like, yo, I start rattling
real
off
quick.
names.
Hold on, wait. Did she call you Duck or your real name?
No. She called me my real name.
Okay, I just wanted, because that changes it. Say anybody calling you that.
I was just about, how you don't know the person that's calling you Duck?
No.
All right.
She actually called me Duck. I don't know who she was, but no, it's my real name. And my like she bad. She bad. But I can, yo, I start rattling off names. That's
You were, no, you didn't.
bro.
You did.
I was like, such and such. No, you're so and so. And I'm walking, I'm really like racking my brain, and it hits me because what happened was my people were pulling me in another direction. Yo, come on, we gotta go. Her people pulling her in another direction. Yo, come on, we gotta go. And we're like at this point mad far, and I scream her name. Yo, yeah. She was like, yes. I was like, yo, I'm sorry, I didn't recognize. And then like literally, like we're both getting dragged in opposite directions. Turns out it was my best friend from middle school, of all things, is his little sister, who was like, she's 2 or 3 years younger than us. And I hadn't seen them since like my freshman year of high school. So that was the last time I saw her. Mind you, I'm like a senior in college now. This is like 8 years later. I'm seeing her. She's all grown up now. Like I said, like 2, 3 years younger than us back then. Like all grown up.
Bro, you were supposed to run down on her and get the number real quick. Yo, we gotta catch up.
But nah, they were pulling both of us quick, and obviously
after that, I'm like, yo, y'all hold my spot. I'll be right back.
It was the homie's little sister, and it took me forever to realize. And then the other time was I was at the barbershop. I was at the barbershop. This dude walks in, and he's like, yo, bro, how you been? It's been so long. How you been?
Now that's scary because we go to the barbershop in the hood. So this is.
And I was like, dude, you got the wrong guy. I ain't never seen you in my life.
You said that to him?
Yes. I was like,
my
we've never met before. He was like, nah, we met, dude. Like I know you. He was like, I was like, where do you know me from, man? He was like, we went to school together. I was like, you're gonna have to be more specific. What school? And he named the high school, and I was like, bro, I was like, yes, I went. I was like, what year did you graduate? And he was a few years ahead of me. And then like he was like, yo, you used to wear the glasses. He was like, you were in bands, you played this instrument. I know you wrestled, you were always hanging out with the wrestlers. And I was like, bro, you're gonna have to forgive me, man. I don't remember you.
Did it ever hit you?
No. I tried to find my old yearbook and went to the I don't remember.
Yo, there's sometimes I wish when people come up to you and you don't recognize them, that you can see them through the lens of last time you saw them, so you can be like, oh snap, okay. There's been times where I'm hitting them with the I don't know who you are face, and then they start running down different stuff, and then the light bulb clicks. I'm like, oh okay. And there's other times where I'm like, I played off. Yeah, bro, everything good, man. I got you. Walk
Bro.
off. Who is that person?
Fam. So a couple months ago, I can't believe I didn't tell y'all this. Me and my wife are in a grocery store, and this dude is just looking at me from down the aisle. Like we turn to go down the aisle. He's coming towards me. He like, oh wait. Let me go full so y'all could.
Yeah, I was
So
like, why you putting me in full screen?
he comes around the corner, and like, we turn the corner. He's at the end of the aisle walking towards us. He's like, and he turns around and he goes and like he comes back with like 2 kids and a woman, and he's pointing like this. I'm like, all right, it's just us in this aisle. Maybe he sees an item he's looking for, something I don't know. And he comes up, yo, Mike, what's going on, man? How the family doing? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh man, everybody's doing good. He's like, yo, how's your mom, man? Like, I haven't seen her in so long. Like, she's doing good. I was like, she's still working at the bug place? Nah, she ain't there. Now you know where my mama work. Like, nah, she's not there no more, man. She work at a bank now, and this is the grocery store, so it's got to be something local. Because I've been out places. Well, now, never mind, I ain't gonna get there. But it's like you just hesitate. I'm answering all his questions. He's talking about my grandmom, the church, like. So I'm like, all right, maybe I know this dude from church somewhere. So he's like, oh man, he introduced me to the kids. I'm like, man, you got a beautiful family and all that stuff and everything. I'm like, well, this is my wife, Melissa. Da 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 da. She walks away and was like, you did it again where, you didn't introduce me to somebody. I was like, I don't know who that was. I have no idea. I have no clue. She was like, you don't know where you know him from? I'm like, babe, I don't think I've ever seen him before. Like, I have no idea who that man was. But it's happened to all of us. My question to y'all is, have you ever been on the other side of it?
Yes.
Now, it's going to be hard for you to know if they didn't know who you are. But have you ever walked away thinking they have no idea who they were just talking to? They have no idea who I am.
Mm-hmm. I got one time happened today, but
oh shit.
There was but no, I'm gonna go back. There's a kid I went to high school with. He was a year ahead of me. I ran into him at the Wawa that's down the street from Curtis Lanes, and I went up because like we were cool. I went up to like dap him and like go in for the hug. He pushed me away. And he was just like, yeah, good to see you. Now, mind you, he's a cop now. Like, you got to be on, and he was in like his patrol gear. So, like,
oh no, I don't even think you're allowed to hug a cop, and right. If he's got his gun on him and stuff, you can't do that.
Right. So I was like, that might be what that was. But then I was like, yo, I addressed him by his name. He didn't even like address me by my name back. Like, yo, he might not have recognized me. He might not have realized. Like, I walked away that he might not have realized who I was. There was another time I won't even because that doesn't really count because I don't know that she didn't recognize me because I told her my neighbor. I got 2 neighbors across the street. One of them, like there's a pizza spot down the way where a lot of people in the neighborhood buy beer and stuff, Jeff. And she went in there to buy a 6-pack one night when I was picking up my food after I finished dashing, and she didn't even. I don't even think she heard me, so I can't say that she didn't recognize me because I was like. I told her later, like a week or 2 later, I was like, yo, I saw you at Little Italy a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, hi, neighbor, and you didn't even respond. And he was like,
so not only do he call it out when he don't know people, he tell people when you don't acknowledge me.
Yep,
wow.
Yep. He was like, yo, I'm sorry. If I was in there, I'm in the zone. She was like, I never get food from there. She was like, what was I buying? I was like, you bought a 6-pack? She was like, yeah, I was in the zone. I was like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm not mad at it. And then the other neighbor who lives right next to her, I went to Walmart earlier today. This neighbor works there. The first time I saw her working there was a couple months ago. I didn't know right away that it was her. Like I walked out before I realized, oh, that's the new neighbor that lives across the street. Today, I saw her. She glanced up at me and then looked away as if she wasn't sure who I was. Yo, I got like 5 feet away from her. I was happy to be going that way. I got like, hi neighbor, how are you? Like,
you're going to acknowledge me. Yo, you got issues. You got issues.
Not making it seem like I'm,
In fairness though, this is the neighbor, Mike. I told you, I got cool with her ex-fiance and he'd been like, I feel like, and I don't know the story. Like I never got into detail about why they split up or anything. I see like he's still coming back, grabbing his stuff, moving out like multiple trips in a day. And every time I see his car part, I'm like, yo, you did my boy dirty. Mind, I've only had like 4 conversations with this man. You did my boy dirty. Like I don't, you don't put him out. Like he got, like yes, acknowledge me. That's the least you can do is acknowledge.
Honestly speaking, I was never the person that people didn't recognize. I'm the person that don't recognize other people. Remember when I said it was 3 times this year? I just remembered the other one. I'm downtown walking. I don't know what I was getting, but I hear somebody, talking to his boys. Yeah, yo, that's so and so. I used to go to middle school with him. He'd call him, and I'm getting angry because I don't recognize him. I'm like, yo, bro, I don't know who you are in my head. So I'm like kind of ignoring them. As I get a further away, I was like, oh, that's what's the name?
And I feel bad. I'm not going to come back and tell you like, oh, I remember you now. What's up? But it's too little, too late. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, usually I'm the one that don't recognize people. When I go up to people, when I spot them, they know who I am. We might not always remember names, but they know, my face and hey man, how's everything and blah blah blah. But
there's this one guy I used to work with when I was at Kids Foot Locker. Now I was smaller than anything. Like I was smaller than I was when I worked for the state with you. Y'all know I just grew my hair out a couple of years ago. So this was Kids Foot Locker. I was 15 or 16 years old working at, right? And I worked with this dude named Sonny. And I always recognized Sonny. And for some reason, he always recognizes me. But I was going to the liquor store out here one day. And this is not one of those 2 categories where I didn't recognize him or he didn't recognize me. I was actually surprised he recognized me. So I had I don't always wear a mask, but I'll put my
I forgot what it's called.
My gator over my face. I'll pull a gator up over my face. So I got a gator up over my nose. I got my hair out and down, or I had a hoodie on, one of the 2. So you could only see this on me. And I've gained mad weight since I worked at Kids Foot Locker. And I walk in, I recognize it, but I wasn't going to say nothing because I assumed he wasn't going to recognize me. And he goes, Maka. That's what he used to call me Michael, like when I was in trouble, but Maka, you better stop acting up, boy. Like he used to mess with me like that. He was like, Maka, what's up? I was like, oh shit. I was like, I didn't know you recognized me, man. He's like, come on, man. Like we worked together for too long. And I was like, all right, cool. Like I was surprised that he actually recognized who I was. That's weird. So I mean, I think it's weird. I think I look very, very different than how I facial hair, beard. No, I was clean shaven back in the day, low hair, skinny, like, and he still recognized me. It's just pretty cool to see like people just still know who you are, man. He looked exactly the same. So, shout out to my man Sonny. Haven't seen him in a while. Y'all, we're approaching the 2-hour mark. G, I know you had another topic you wanted to get to.
Wait. I got another offshoot of what we were just talking about. How do y'all react when y'all see somebody you recognize, but you don't want to interact with them?
Usually when I see them and they don't recognize me right away, I'm like, cool, I'm just going to keep it moving. Like, we might be in the same aisle. I'm like, oh, I know who that is. If they don't say nothing to me, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's keep it moving.
It's going to sound messed up, but usually it's family, and I just try to walk away as fast as possible, or like just don't make eye contact. You said I recognize them and I don't want to talk to them.
Right.
Yeah. Usually it's like distant family, and I just don't feel like being bothered.
I was somewhere once with we were at Curtis, and this was before we started going to regular. So this was years and years ago. And these kids, a group of kids that I went to high school with, we were all adults at this point, but they didn't recognize me. They knew that I was my sister's older brother, and so they were like, "Yo, is that AKA's little brother? Is that AKA's big brother? Is that AKA? I think it is, right?" And then they were like, "Hey, are you AKA's brother?" And like I'm ignoring them. But we've been in this with Unc several times. He was like, "Duck, they talking to you. Duck, they talking to you." Yes, it's AKA's little big brother. I was like,
that's crazy.
I was trying to act like I didn't know. Like Hi, how are y'all? Like,
This reminds me of a story. I don't know if I ever told y'all this story real quick.
I was there.
Huh?
You talking about the dude at the across from the old barbershop?
With the cops?
No, never mind. We got two different stories of blowing something up then.
Oh, no. Unc wasn't there. Well, yes, he was actually, but it's not. So
You gotta get it.
I'm super young. We living in Trenton, and one of the guys that was staying in the building with us, he had this big ass pit bull named Roscoe. It was this big black pit, and I didn't know it, but so he's outside with the dog. But I noticed he's got the dog G right on Hanover. You know how the street is. So he's got the dog next to the steps, and he's facing the dog intently, like petting his dog, like leaning down and everything. Cop car pulls up. They're like, Earl. Hey, Earl. This is the wagon. Like, Earl Moore. Hey, Earl. He ain't acknowledging him at all. I'm young as shit. I tapped him on the shoulder. Hey, Earl, those cops calling you. He was like,
yo,
man. He stood up and turned around and was just like, all right, take my dog inside, Mike. And he had a warrant. I didn't know. He had a
oh my god.
Uncle, you gotta hear Unc tell the story. You gotta hear. I should call him on speaker. He probably sleep now though.
Well, the story of Unc the other one I had of him was way back when we were going to the shop on Layler, Mike, and we went through that. Remember the car wash was across the street from the shop, and you took your Mazda through. Unc had his truck, but you took your Mazda through, the white Mazda, and dude was like, "Yo, that's a nice Mazda. How many miles you got on it?" You told him, and he was like, "You know, we could roll that back for you." And you were like, "Huh?" And he was like, I know somebody. We roll those miles back for you. What you say? I didn't hear you. I know somebody. I'm sorry, man. I'm really not catching what you said. And he was about to just, okay, don't worry about it. Uncle was like, Mike, he said he could roll the miles back for you.
Like he had no idea I was trying to ignore him. I was just trying to play it off. Like, yeah, I remember that.
I picked up immediately. I was like, "Yo, there's no way Mike didn't hear that." I knew immediately what you.
And there he goes, just being naive. G, did you want to get to your last topic?
Nah, I'll save it for next time. My Lakers need me. Devin Booker not playing, Bradley Beal not playing. We still losing.
Cause y'all trash.
Man, worry about your Hornets.
I'm not. See, that's the thing. I don't have expectations. You sound upset that y'all losing. So y'all don't want to do a quiz. Then G can't focus. We don't have to do a quiz tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that another night.
I'm cool with that. I want to get her.
I'm gonna let Duck live. I'm gonna let him live.
Oh,
you know I won last time, right? Didn't I win the last two in a row? Like I've been cleaning up, bro.
No.
Mike,
you want? Oh, I'm sorry. I did the thing that Uncle Ramon be. I'm sorry. My bad.
I definitely won last time, though.
Actually, it was supposed to be the best. You won one, I won one, you won one, so it was supposed to be the tiebreaker. So next time we record, it's going down. Hopefully, it's not my Lakers not playing.
I'm with it.
Here we go. Now we gotta start basing the schedule based around the Lakers. It's gonna be nuts.
No, we're still gonna record. I'm just talking about if we do the thing.
Well, we're gonna get out of here, guys. We hope that y'all really enjoy the show. We normally do a quiz at the end of the shows on Today in History. We see who can get closest. Last time we did it live, Mike Ing, you guys have seen him in the chat before. He participated. He actually was kicking ass too.
Yeah, he got his. Not Mike. Duck came and won that one. So.
But yeah, so you guys stay tuned, please. If you guys are watching this on the Nothing But Niners Patreon, make sure you guys go and subscribe to this channel. We get 200 subscribers, and this guy right here is going to wax his head on video while we do a live show.
Matter of fact, where are we? I think last I checked, we were at
comment, subscribe, share if you enjoyed us, and
please comment.
Let's get this head waxed.
I think we were at 30 last time I looked. I haven't looked in a long time, but I also haven't been promoting this, so I kind of feel bad. We're at 37, it says.
Okay.
We really got to step it up. We got to step it up. But I'll figure out a way to spike these viewers somehow because I want to see it. I want to see it happen. But we're gonna get out of here, man. Did y'all want to do final thoughts? Y'all just want to go?
We can go ahead and go. I don't even have a final thought.
All right, final thoughts.
Final
Everybody
thought
get,
is we better
be
not
safe
lose.
out there.
And,
be safe out there.
We better not go scoreless in the second half like it did the first game on Tuesday.
AG, what y'all doing after work tomorrow?
We got to go look for stuff for a trunk or treat on Sunday.
I will say we told y'all that we would get into the Devils this year. I don't know about them, but I have at some point had every Devils game on that they've played in this year.
I have at least
last
checked.
Last night I was late getting it on because I was out watching Mike Bowl. But when I got on, it was the start of the third period when I turned it on. So,
we're not doing good. That 1-0 start was a bit of a surprise, but we've won twice since then.
They still talk about them like they're one of the best teams. They won 2 games ago, but the talk is that they're one of the best teams in the league. So I expected to pick up and start breaking their way. So
yeah, when games come on, like yesterday, it was on TNT, I think, or was it the night that the Lakers played? Either one. One of them was on the Devils game was on TNT.
One of them was on TBS, and I was like, I don't know when the last time was I thought about TBS's existence. Like what?
Other than Big Bang Theory reruns.
That's the one I watched. It was on TBS. That had to be a Friday. I was with family, I think. Someone looked it up for me. Where was I? Was I bowling? Where was I? Somebody looked it up. They were like, it's on TBS. They Googled it for me.
I don't know if TBS was the game last night or the one.
No, TNT was the most recent one for the Devils. That was either last night or Tuesday.
Well, now last night they played, so that had to be TNT.
Okay, so that was.
The one before that was TBS on Tuesday.
Oh, that's not Baker Mayfield. Is that Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, he on the
Yeah, but I thought that last name looked like Hartfield, but I guess it was far away. So I see the word field is in it. It's got to be him. All right, we're gonna get out of here, man. We want y'all to be safe. Y'all be blessed out there. Watch your six. Tell your loved ones that you care about them and you love them. Tell the people that you don't fuck with them because you're better than that. You don't deserve the stress. There's nothing worse than dealing with people that you really don't fuck with, but you just haven't told them you don't fuck with them.
God knows that.
Yeah, remove that stress from your life if you can, and you'll feel better about it. It might sting because you don't want to be an asshole, but I promise you, it's not worth the stress of keeping them around. So, those are my final thoughts for the night, fellas. I appreciate y'all for jumping in here. Round of applause for the squad, and we will
golf clap.
Peace.
Peace.